H3 podcast saw our video and they decided they wanted to react to it. And at one point in the video, Ethan starts talking about building a bridge, you know, forgiveness, all this other stuff. And
some quick context here. I don't know if Abba and Preach are going to talk about it, but this beef has been going on for years because H3H3 have accused Abba and Preach of being right-wingers when they're actually not. They're very liberal, and they've always been very open about the fact that they're very liberal. But the reason why H3 or Ethan accuses Abba and Preach of being right-wing, right-wing characters or gateway to right-wing content is because they have very nuanced views on things. And sometimes they say things that Ethan doesn't necessarily agree. Because here's the thing about the left that you have to understand. It doesn't matter if you are a leftist, because in order to be, you can be disassociated, excised from the group at any moment's notice. And all it takes is for you to have the wrong opinion. To be on the left, to be considered a leftist, an ally, whatever you may call it, you have to have all the exact same opinions. They cannot vary. They cannot change. You cannot view the world in a nuanced way. You must believe everything that the mob, the hive, actually believes. And that's how a lot of them view it. So I can be a leftist or consider myself a leftist or left-wing figure and hold 99% of the same views that all other leftists hold. But if I believe that trans women, for example, that trans women are actually men, I am not a leftist. I am now a transphobe, TERF, right-wing extremist. Even though all my other views align with theirs politically. It does not matter. You hold one different view and you are no longer part of the crew. And so this is essentially has been what it is for Ethan. It's kind of funny watching Ethan over the years because Ethan was what you would have considered a right-wing figure by leftist standards, but he was just a normal dude who was like, people don't want to get canceled online. And then he turned into like this super lefty, super progressive, fucking insufferable person, just insufferable to the like 1000th degree. And over the years, Abba and Preach have been calling out Ethan for his bullshit takes and bullshit views, and even him doxing somebody live on stream, somebody who was being accused, who they didn't even know if this was the actual person or not, but somebody who was being accused of committing some form of assault against a popular streamer named Amaranth, right? He dogs that person, and H3H3, and Abba and Preach have called him out for his behavior, for that, and a lot of other things. And that's pretty much where the beef has come from. And because H3 was also friends with Hassan Piker, or as I like to call him, Hamas Piker. They were friends for a long time, up until recently. We don't even know if they're friends. I mean, Ethan claims that they're still friends, but I don't believe that they are. Not after what Hamas's fans did to Ethan. Even though Ethan is on the side of the Palestinians, they were calling him a genocidal maniac. And it made them stop their podcast that they had together. They're no longer doing that podcast because Ethan realized that Hamas's fan base is actually very, 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 very toxic, just like Hamas Piker is. And I guess this is his like redemption arc. He's like, well, I'm not fucking with Hamas no more. Let me go ahead and try to see if I can get cool with these guys. And I think this was going on, and I don't think Abba and Preach are having any of it.
They start asking some of the people around, the staff members, what they think. And one person in particular has an issue, their researcher, Olivia.
I don't mean to break up the bridge building here, but they did go after Olivia.
I was thinking.
Wait, what happened?
What the thinking about that.
Okay.
Wait,
you
what?
don't know who Olivia is? She's the loser feminist researcher.
And when they like zoomed in on my
you're
face,
right.
And I also had
you're right.
Shitty.
We'll bring the TNT out.
And I just don't like the whole narrative of trying to like pile on like there's a beef between you and Hassan. Therefore,
I mean, there literally is a beef between him and Hassan. Maybe Ethan doesn't want to see it that way, doesn't want to claim that that's the case. But, I mean, his fans were literally calling him a genocidal. They were calling Ethan a genocidal maniac. And Hassan never told him to stop. That was the problem. Hassan never told his community to stop. He actually made excuses as to why he was like, oh, I can't control my fan base. They're going to do what they want. They could have told their moderators to have them stop or have them banned. But no, because I think Hassan was only aligned with Ethan because it was beneficial for him in his stream, right? To have a stream with a Jew, because we know Hamas Piker actually hates the Jews. It was beneficial for him to have a podcast with a Jew because it would bring in more viewers for his thing. But when it came time to him to actually defend his Jewish friend, who was actually on his side in the Hamas, Gaza, Palestine, fucking Israel conflict, he couldn't do it. So no shit, there's obvious beef there, even if they don't want to admit it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh no, you guys! How can I build a bridge by myself?
The bridge.
It's made of paper mache.
They can maybe make a peace
crumbling.
offering to you, Olivia.
No,
I'm
not happening.
Is the damage done?
That bridge is
I
burned.
don't really. I can move forward in
What if
my
they said
life
sorry?
with things, but I don't really forgive.
If they said, you know what,
It's
sorry.
actually kind of sad. That's actually a sad existence to live where you can't forgive people. That's actually probably one of the strongest things a human can do is actually forgive somebody who's wronged them. Like, I don't personally agree with it. I'll be honest. In certain situations, I can forgive, but in certain I couldn't. Like, there's people who are in court who are watching their, I don't know, somebody who murdered a family member, a son, a daughter, whatever, and they're like, well, we forgive you. Like, I would never forgive you for that shit. There's some things that are actually unforgivable. But because somebody made fun of you, you wouldn't forgive them if they actually ask for forgiveness. That's like petty shit, and really speaks to like how childish of a mentality this person Olivia has, because I think that that's one of the strongest things a human can do. And it shows that you're mature and you're able to get past your differences and actually reconcile. So
We said that. We didn't know anything about you. We were wrong. Ooh.
Really? I feel like Olivia is usually so quick to forgive too.
It really depends.
Depends on how black they are.
ooh, what's the context?
Nah.
Nah, I want to know what they're talking about. Somebody put it in the comments. What are they talking about?
Has nothing to do with that. I have a hard time forgiving black people. So I was like trying to relate to
Maybe
Depends
they'll
on
come
how
across as sincere.
Okay.
And they'll melt your heart.
Maybe.
Maybe.
What you said it wasn't this. What was it?
No, it was when I was talking about my experience. I think they like zoomed in on me, my face being really upset, and they flashed to Amber Heard.
They did
They
that?
played like sad
did.
music over her.
Wait,
too,
they
and then
did
last-
that?
Yeah.
They did.
Oof, that's fucked up. I thought this was gonna be a peaceful video, but now it's just old. The pain is. I'm just
I
digging the
know.
pain back up. Can you pull that? Do you mind if I watch that to jog
Yeah,
my
that's
memory?
okay.
Why would they do that?
Because they suck.
Because we never did that. That's why. And unfortunately, they never played the clip on stream, so nobody can see the context. But I will play the clip for you guys. What she claims is us making fun of her experience. Now, let me be clear about two things. One, I never knew anything ever happened to this lady. And two, our comments had nothing to do with her personal experience. But you don't have to believe my word. I'm going to play the clip and you see what you want to see. Mind you, the video that she's talking about, we had referenced how someone was lying about somebody else. It was proven in a lot of different ways that she was making up certain details about a story of sexual misconduct, okay?
These guys are honestly as bad, and in some cases worse, because I see them serving as a gateway into this really toxic manosphere.
And this is what I was talking about. Sorry, I don't know if he says right wing, but let's see.
Phobic, misogynistic people.
Yeah. Basically, calling them misogynistic, right-wing, homophobic, transphobic, manosphere, when Abba and Preach have never been about any of it. In fact, they've made countless of videos shitting on the fucking red pill clown shoes motherfuckers. They've made countless of videos doing it, and they're against it. But when there are some things that they say that are correct, like, what's the saying? A broken clock is right twice a day. So, like, even people who you consider to be wrong all the time can sometimes say a right thing or two. It's like I have a friend who hates Donald Trump. I get it. Donald Trump's a very polarizing figure, right? Hates Donald Trump. And I ask him, do you think that there was anything good that Donald Trump did? He says nothing. I'm like, nothing? His entire 4 years, he did nothing that you consider that's good? There's something you must have considered that was good that was done by him. Because even as shitty as Donald Trump could be, there were things that I think that he did good as a president, which was mainly, you know, bring gas prices down, and the economy was fucking great with him until, you know, the pandemic, but that's a topic for another day. Like, I can hate leftists or whatever, but there's some things that I can maybe agree with them on. I'd have to look for a point that they make that I'd agree on. But even people who you ideologically disagree with, they sometimes even they can do and say something right. So because, again, Ethan and Abba and Preach were not politically aligned 100% or didn't have the same takes, that made him some sort of right-wing manosphere kind of gateway drug, whatever. You know, it's stupid.
Who aren't racist, who aren't misogynist, are tired of being called fucking racist, misogynist pieces of shit.
And this was him in the past. This was who Ethan Klein, H3, was prior to him going fucking woke and becoming an insufferable fucking leftist. He was against all of this shit. And then like something flipped, something switched, and he became this insufferable fucking super woke, super politically correct, gotta agree with all my points or else you're a fucking Nazi. Like, that's what he became. He became the same thing he used to make fun of.
By people like you, because people are tired of being like, feel like they're racist, misogynist pieces of shit from the social justice warrior movement, where you can't possibly say anything without offending someone. This cult of outrage, people are sick of it.
Women be trying to ruin men's lives. It's just what they do.
I'm gonna go out of my way to lie.
I don't like him, so I'm just gonna go lie about him insulting me.
That is such an insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever. It's a very humiliating experience to go through something like.
So, not saying that it's not humiliating to go through some sort of form of assault or whatever was going on with Amaranth, which is what I talked about earlier. But that believe all women bullshit, it's exactly that. It's bullshit. Men lie, women lie, everybody fucking lies. And just because you're a woman doesn't mean that I'm just going to take everything that you say and automatically believe it and believe when you make these kinds of claims. You have to come with some sort of proof, or there needs to be some sort of investigation done. We don't just assume that everything you're saying is correct. Because it turned out that, I think they're going to play it, but it turns out that this person was lying. I don't know if this was that same case with Amaranth actually, or if it was the case with the girl that accused Fresh and Fit of doing improper shit. But like, women lie all the time. Men lie all the time, but everybody lies all the fucking time. Both sexes lie all the time. So just because you make a claim and you're a woman doesn't give you a special fucking place where I should believe you more. And no, it doesn't work that way. So this is a bullshit argument.
That, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming.
Yeah, perfect example. Amber Heard lied about what happened between her and Johnny. She's a fucking liar. But so we were just supposed to believe automatically that what Amber Heard was saying. And I mean, that's what happened. The court of public opinion crucified him. He lost roles. He lost millions of dollars. And when it turned out she was lying, nothing happened to her. She lost her role in fucking Aquaman 2. Wow. And then that was it. And I'm sure she's like poison right now in Hollywood, but in a couple of years, I'm sure she'll be back to acting and people will pretend like nothing ever happened.
Victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego is so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000% should not be making content about this, because you're teaching young men who don't know anything about this, and then you're telling young women to not talk to each other, to not talk to anyone, to not tell anyone that something happened, because idiots like you.
And you know what? You sound like a feminist loser, though, if I'm just going to interject.
I do.
If you don't know who
I'll say
Olivia
it
is,
again.
she's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay?
Sorry, guys, I'll take it back.
Mind you, that's not me editing that. They edited to the soundboard, and right in the middle of what she's talking, they started playing that shit.
That's fucked up.
That's hilarious.
That's fucked up.
I was like, yeah, you can tell her.
You know, you can't do it. Is the Zoom and the Amber Heard thing?
Yeah.
Do you understand why we did the Amber Heard thing?
Because
the story of Amber Heard is exactly what you
lie.
described.
She lied.
But Amber Heard lied.
Yeah.
That's it. We're not saying that you are Amber Heard. We're just saying that what you're saying just happened. It just had happened.
Here, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah. But if you want to take it like that, you want to take it like that. That's fine. But you have to understand, like, get out of your feelings and be like, okay, let's understand the big picture. They're not good at that.
I think for these people, a lot of them probably didn't watch the clip because, again, self-admittedly, a lot of them don't like to watch stuff. They just hear from others and then take their word.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Ethan has admitted before that he doesn't
Nope.
actually watch Alvin Preach's videos. He just, somebody tells him this is what happened in the video and he just believes it. So
laying it to her personal experience, like, bro, I don't watch you guys. I don't know what she's been through. I didn't know anything about her other than one video. So how would I know she's ever been through any experience like that? To me, to call her a liar about her own, that's ridiculous. The Amber Heard was obviously about someone lying, since the video we were talking about was about somebody lying. That's it. Don't make it about something else. We've done plenty of videos where men have done inappropriate things with women, and we've called them out for it. We don't think that all women lie about this stuff. We don't think that most women lie, but some of them do. And it's okay to say that we should not be accepting of people who make false accusations. That's it.
I agree.
But you guys running with this narrative, you laughed at this victim. No, I laugh at liars the same way I would laugh at liars, okay? If you want to diddle women, I'm going to laugh at you. If you want to lie about being diddled, I'm going to laugh at you.
I wouldn't laugh at diddlers, though. Why am I laughing at them? I want them under the ground, castrated, possibly dead, to be honest. I'm not laughing at them because I don't think they're not funny. What they're doing is not funny. What they did is not funny. And none of it screams funny. My opinion, though. I get where he's coming from. I understand what he's trying to say, but I personally wouldn't laugh at them.
That's it. Now, I can understand that when you've personally been through something, and maybe people have doubted you, despite you having gone through it, that someone saying something like this makes you feel targeted. But you have to understand, just the same way you've been a victim of someone harming you, there's other people who've been victims of someone lying about them. Okay? And I'm being empathetic towards that experience. I didn't discount yours. I didn't say something bad that happened to you didn't happen. I'm saying something bad has happened to somebody else, and it's okay to look at the person who's the perpetrator of such a thing and mock them. That's it. I was disagreeing with the statement you made that the idea that women would lie about, yes, some women
lie.
do,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I wish
do men.
you guys were the perfect gender. I wish it was the case that no women lie, but the truth is, some of them do. It's okay to admit that.
And the thing that happened is that those people that lie, when you understand where we're coming from, is that those people that lie
They're the ones that ruin it for the ones that
actually
don't.
affect people like you. That something actually happened. And then we don't believe you because other people lie.
Yep.
Out of all the people, out of everybody, you should be more pissed at the people that are lying.
Yep.
And hold
That's
people
true.
that are lying accountable.
So you can
Like,
take
it's
them
funny.
properly.
It's just crazy that
This really
you
bothers me.
take. No, it's just that it's crazy that you take all that energy to make sound clips but not listen to videos.
I find that I'm very, very, as much shit as I talk, I find that I'm very happy or very quick to forgive. That being said, they wronged Olivia, and that's not something I can forgive.
Right.
Thank you.
Did he
I
wrong her?
absolutely
And he's a
give
liar.
you guys 100% all of the power to forgive on your own. I personally am just like not gonna entertain
Okay.
them that much.
That's fair.
Were we trying to find that timestamp of what they said about Olivia?
I think it might be a bridge building moment. I think it might. But I don't know because I can't read their minds.
So weird. This feels like high school or like middle school where someone has a crush on you. And it's like, yo, does Steven across the street like me?
What is this from?
Listen,
What the hell is
hold
going
on.
on?
I've already said this, okay? This is not new. I'm not going to say nothing I haven't already said. I've already said that politically speaking, we have more in common than we have apart. When you guys call us conservatives or grifters, all this
Yeah.
stuff, I just disagreed. Y'all can check out those videos. I stand today where I stand before. I don't like some of the tactics you do when you don't like somebody and how disingenuous you can be at those times. Because when you have a hate boner for somebody, sometimes you're like this. I don't like that. All right, you be doing things that are a bit slimy when you're like this and you got an enemy in front of you. Okay,
That's true.
But beyond that, I don't think politically we disagree on much. I think we're probably much more aligned than you'd imagine. So that's what I've always said. Listen, but I'm gonna laugh at you sometimes when you do some fucked up shit.
Play the Olivia soundbite again so I can remember exactly what they said.
Okay, if you don't know who Olivia is, she's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research. Okay,
That's just fucking me.
That was so unnecessary.
That's what he said. Ethan said that, and I think that that's the reason why Abba said that.
To be clear, the only reason why I said that. Okay, here's the context. Ready for it? A big streamer who's a woman was married.
Here it is. This
She
is
comes
the
out and
Amaranth
says her
story.
husband's beating her. So everyone wants to know who the husband is because she's never mentioned it. Even though she's famous, the husband's not. So they're on stream, live streaming, all right? And Olivia's like, I'm going to find out who he is. So she goes on Reddit.
Ta-da!
She's her job is research. She goes on Reddit and she finds a name and she gives it to Ethan. And Ethan irresponsibly puts it in the chat for everyone else to go and dox this person and start going after him. So they put out his full name. Everybody can find him on Instagram. He starts getting a bunch of harassment.
I'd like to know who this guy is, man.
I know who he is.
Does he have an online persona?
No.
He's a music producer and
Really?
songwriter. Yeah,
God, I hope that man's life is ruined for this.
I hope so too.
Fuck. Someone says, why are you protecting the abuser's identity? I don't give a fuck. I don't give me his. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I want this guy's life ruined. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Yeah, but see, this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with that mob mentality. This is what I was talking about with the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation, where they just automatically believe the claims and accusations that Amber Heard made. And same thing here. Like, these people aren't waiting for actual proof. She just made a claim, but nobody knows if it's true or not. Wait until more information comes out before you start actually trying to ruin somebody's life who might have not actually even done anything wrong. And you know what the crazy part is? That when these people get found out to not be in the wrong and that the person who made the claim lied, their reputation is still ruined forever. Because people will literally justify and say, well, she made that claim for a reason and it doesn't matter. It was for a good cause. Or I've seen crazy shit online where people try to justify these behaviors. Like, oh, if a woman makes an accusation against you, well, you should just take it because women have been oppressed for 400 fucking years or whatever, or some stupid shit like that. And it's like, what? So it's okay for a woman to ruin a man's life by lying on him because somehow women are oppressed? That shit is crazy. Somebody who's done nothing wrong. I bet you if you ask these people, these same people that make these claims, if you made the claim against them, if it would be okay at that point. Or what about their parents? If somebody made that claim, you ask some of these people, or all of these, probably all of them, I would say probably 95 to 99% of them would say, if they made that claim against their father, would they believe it? Or would they back the mob? And they would probably say no. But hey, since it doesn't fucking affect them, who gives a fuck, right?
Oh, is this him?
Yeah, I would just be cautious.
Plot twist. Plot twist is the wrong person, okay? Not only did they go after the wrong person, but even if they went after the wrong person, it's incredibly irresponsible because let's say that dude really is a mean person who beats his wife, okay? Even though we have no proof of this and it's never been confirmed, even though, let's say that is true, then that means this woman who he's married to is in danger because now he has more reasons to be angry at her. So you're putting her in physical harm. So we said it's irresponsible on multiple fronts. And that's why I called her the loser. She's a self-admitted feminist.
So the way she found this dude's name, who they incorrectly doxed, is she went on her...
Oh, the doxing thing? That was such a silly thing they blew out of proportion.
Was it though?
was the
You
worst.
literally said on stream that you wanted that guy's life ruined. You literally said that without any proof that this guy actually committed a crime. And then it turns out it was not even the right guy. So did they really blow it out of proportion? Or are you just trying to minimize the fact that you fucked up? Because that's what it seems like to me. You threw a rock and now you're trying to hide your hand.
Day ever. That's the biggest mistake I've ever made, and I will literally always repent for it.
Either like, yo, it's not a big thing, it's not a big thing. She's like, listen, that's the biggest mistake I've ever made, and I will always repair for it. Like, how do you have those two things coexisting, literally one after the other?
You did to that guy, that innocent guy, far worse than we ever did to you. But we're no forgiveness for us. And you wanna repent, my girl, repent.
What happened was he found out the homie that was gassing him, Hassan, is actually like a giant piece of shit that was sending people and his community after his wife and him. And then he said, you know what? These guys were right about because they cut the podcast. You know, they stopped doing the podcast.
Of course, because he's Jewish, right?
Oh, and his...
That's exactly right.
Right.
It's because I'm Jewish. Well, okay,
No,
so...
it's because you're Jewish and Hamas Pikers fans hate Jews and they hate you and they think you're a fucking genocidal freak or maniac, whatever the fuck they were calling you, and all these names. They were drawing pictures of your wife supposedly killing Palestinians. Somebody who's also on the Palestinian side because she's also Jewish, but she's Jewish by blood. She's not like one of those. She doesn't believe. She probably believes that Israel as a state shouldn't even exist, and that shit is Palestine. That's probably what she believes, and I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Oh, first, let me say this: Hassan didn't send his fans after me. I'll just to speak on it.
He didn't send his fans. You're right, but he never tried to get them to stop.
A little bit,
Yeah.
But also, I'll say this: I'm glad they're making fun of him and not me.
You're just glad somebody else is taking the
Yeah,
camera once,
dude.
is that what
Fuck.
you're saying?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, that alone is a vibe, of course. But we love Hassan. He is family.
Hello, fellow kids.
It was more so his community that I don't know if that's a meaningful difference. Well, okay, so
Yeah, who cultivates that community? Why does his community feel that way? Why do they believe that? Because he openly fucking talks about this shit and now he hates the Jews. I mean, it's obvious.
first, let me say this: Hassan didn't send his fans after me. I'll just to speak on him a little bit. Yeah. But
You're right. I misspoke. He didn't send his fans after you. When his moderators and the people he pays were just calling you all kinds of slurs and saying all kinds of foul shit about your family, he didn't lift a finger to stop them. He went, guys, stop. And he kept paying them.
That's better.
Might not be sending them.
That's better. He's not
But
sending
baby,
them.
you funded them. I think that's kind of worse. But that's just me. Let's say I ran a community and my moderators and the people I pay are saying crazy shit about you and your family or one of my homies, you best believe they're getting fired the next day. I don't care if we disagree politically. If they talking crazy, out like a bad bitch. What does that mean? I don't know. Yes, I'm getting in touch with my feminine side. I ain't red pill.
Oh,
I'm trying to convince Ethan.
You trying to build the bridge?
Yeah, blue pill all day.
Hey,
Yeah,
I see
that's how
you.
blue pill.
Go ahead, bitch.
That's all the clip, though. I don't think we need to watch anymore.
this is all the clip.
You're just trying to where they originally said it, right?
Yeah, I want to know. I mean, the people. I think it's important to.
Yeah, that was it. I know Olivia doesn't like to watch any more of this. That's why.
This is not going how I imagined it would
Fucking
go.
caping for
Anyway,
Olivia.
this has gone all wrong.
Why is it wrong? Because we haven't said shit? Why is it wrong?
It's wrong because the Olivia thing. I think like they're seeing that she's really hurt, and because that they don't.
But she's hurt over nothing. And again, it's just fucking baby, man. Fucking baby. But I'm going to call it quits there. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below about this whole H3 and Abba and Preach beef. In my opinion, Ethan gets what he deserves, to be honest. He brought this shit up on himself. He's turned into a psycho over the years, and he's fostered a community that really isn't that fucking good. And calling Abba and Preach right-wingers because they disagree with you on certain topics is just fucking nuts. And it goes to show that you've never watched their videos. I mean, like they said, I mean, he's admitted he's never really watched their videos, so not surprised. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Be sure to like, subscribe, bell notification, all that good stuff. I have a Discord. Join the Discord. It's in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.